If you use your imagination, the rustic land surrounding Vina near Corning in Northern California could almost be Spain. As we said, almost. It depends on where you look. And this construction project will add to the illusion.
There's one freestanding arch and there's already stone on top of it.
When finished, this will look like a 12th or 13th century Cistercian chapter house from a monastery in Spain, because that's exactly what it is, transplanted from another place and time.
Did you pray for this? You're emotional.
Retired abbot Father Thomas Davis echoes the sentiments of all 23 monks at the Abbey of New Clairvaux, an enclave of peace, devotion, service, and spirituality on 580 acres. It is a world unto itself for men in a nearly 1,000-year-old order.
Well, you're going to get up at 3:15 in the morning, and you're going to start praying. You're going to pray off and on throughout the day for about 4 to 5 hours. And then you're going to spend approximately 5 hours every day in manual labor out in the orchards, out in the vineyard, out on the grounds, cooking, doing the laundry.
Where's the fun?
Uh-huh. It's fun all day long, I mean.
And now, this project.
I entered the monastery at the age of 17, right after high school.
Father Thomas had wanted those stones since 1955, when a tour guide mentioned them in Golden Gate Park.
And as soon as I heard the word Cistercian, I knew exactly what that meant.
The stones had arrived in San Francisco decades earlier. William Randolph Hearst found the abandoned abbey north of Madrid. He bought it, dismantled it, and shipped the stones here with plans to rebuild them in a grand style. But after the Depression, that never happened. To pay a storage debt, Hearst gave the stones to the city, which kept them in the park and used some of them in, of all places, the Japanese tea garden. Eventually, the city turned what remained of the stones over to the De Young Museum, but it never quite knew what to do with them. So finally, after close to 40 years of hard effort by Father Thomas in 1994, the museum gave the monastery back to the monks.
It's part of our heritage. It's a beautiful part of our heritage. It's an heirloom.
It belonged to us.
Even then, some of the monks remained skeptical.
It's just a jigsaw puzzle. Can't do much with them.
Until they found a miracle worker in stonemason Frank Helmholtz.
How many stones, Frank? I have no idea how many stones.
He went to work based on rough architectural drawings from the 1930s, saving old stones when possible, crafting new ones when necessary, reverse engineering. It's difficult to conceptualize that the oldest of these stones, the original ones, were carved 800 years ago. And if you look closely at them, they tell stories.
That's a mark made by an original stonemason from the 13th century. These marks, they were meant as an accounting tool. The guys were paid by the stone, not by the hour like today.
Speaking of money, the monks estimate this project will take 2 more years and cost several $1 million. That's quite a task for men who've taken vows of poverty.
Where do monks get this kind of money?
Okay, well, that's precisely it. We are poor. And we can't afford to put a project like this out. So that's where the public comes in.
Along with faith and prayer, and now the manifestation of Father Thomas's earthly toil, sacred stones rising above the soil.
My life's work is to be a monk, to surrender to God. That's my life's work.
And this?
The passing part of it.
From the Abbey of New Clairvaux near Vina, Wayne Freedman, ABC 7 News.